Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're out here with Arwen today, though we're not talking specifically about Arwen. Instead, we are talking about boys and how they behave when it's getting time to make babies, when breeding season is coming. Because we've been talking about goat behavior, and it would be remiss of me not to discuss what goes on when you got a boy who wants a lady. So intact boys, bucks who have not been castrated, are really, really weird. Okay, they're weird and they're gross and it's just a whole thing. So make sure you know what you're getting into if you decide you want to breed goats, because you're going to need a boy and you're going to need an intact boy. And bucks are weird. They're gross, they're creepy. It's just the way it is. So let's talk a little bit about bucks during breeding season. So when a buck goes into rut, it basically means he wants a lady. Okay, being in rut means he's ready to breed with a girl. And if he's ready to breed with a girl, he's going to think of nothing else. It's all about all the ladies. It's not about anything else, just about the girls. That's all he's thinking about. He's thinking with one thing, and it's not his brain. So beware that all he cares about is a lady. And boys need cologne when they court the ladies, and goats are really gross when they think of cologne, and they should make them smell nice for the ladies, and goats are gross. Okay? So, first of all, a male has glands on his forehead that emit this musky, earthy, pungent scent, and it's gross, and it doesn't smell good, but that's not the worst of it. Okay, that's just the start of their cologne. So, hi, Arwen. I keep trying to get good shots of you, and you keep moving, and I have to keep moving, and it's not fun. Anyway, so after the glands on their head start to smell awesome, then they start the worst of it. Male goats, uncastrated, fully intact bucks, who are ready to breed and are in rut, are going to pee on themselves. They think it makes them attractive to the ladies. Okay? They absolutely think it makes them attractive to the ladies. So, what's going to happen is your male goat is going to pee on his face, his chest, his beard, and his belly. Okay? He thinks it's awesome. But it's stinky as heck. Okay? He will smell. If you don't like smells, you will not like having an intact male goat. And he's going to stink. And the older he gets, the stinkier he's going to get. Okay? He's going to stink. And he's going to stink up your barnyard. It's smelly. But it's what he does. That's how he tells the ladies, I'm ready for courting, girls. Come over. He also might grasp his penis in his mouth, and he might urinate, and when he does that, his lip will probably curl and what's called a phlegm response. It looks weird, but it's normal. He's basically saying, whoo, ready for the girls. And this will even be before he is with the ladies. He's just looking for ladies. He is now in rut. It is breeding season. He wants to meet the ladies and do all the things that he can with the ladies. Once he meets the girl, he's going to get real fancy. He is going to start following her around. He's going to sniff at her side, sniff at her tail. He might paw at her because he's getting interested. When she pees, he'll go over there, sniff, and you'll see his lips curl again in that phlegm response I mentioned a minute ago. That means he's ready for the ladies. Okay, the phlegm response means he's ready. He's getting ready to get it on with the girls. So when you see that, you know he's ready. And there's going to be a lot of running around and a lot of chasing. She's going to run, he's going to chase her. She's going to run some more, he's going to chase her. That's normal. If you do want the babies, you got to let that part play out. Eventually, she'll stop running. And when she stops running and stands for him, stands nice and still, he'll mount her, do his thing. You'll see him throw his head back. He'll rest for a moment. And then he'll dismount. And typically, it's over. Goats take pretty quick. So if you see that happen a couple of times, your goat's probably going to have babies in 5 months. So keep an eye. One word of warning with male goats that are not castrated, so intact bucks, it is important to remember that when they're in rut, they'll get rambunctious and they will butt. They will butt you, they'll butt each other, they'll butt other boys, they'll butt the fences, they'll butt the walls. They will try to escape. They are ready for girls, and if they don't have a girl, they're going to try to get a girl. So it's important to remember that a goat in rut, especially a larger goat in rut, could potentially be dangerous. Okay, it's important to know that. He could hurt a small child, especially the larger goats. So a goat like Arwen, she's a fainter. They're fairly small. Nigerians are also fairly small. Those Nigerian dwarfs, they're pretty small. So yeah, they could hurt a child. They could maybe take you out from the knees. But they can't do a ton of damage because they're so small. Some goat breeds, the males can be like 300 pounds. They could hurt you, okay? Some male goats weigh more than he does. Okay, this guy only weighs 220, 225 on a fat day. So you're thinking, think about a goat that weighs more than this guy. Okay, it's possible that you have a goat that big and he could hurt you if he's in rut. So when your goats are in rut, you do need to be careful. Okay, make sure your fencing is secure, because if they're separated from the ladies, they will try to get to them. So if you don't want them breaking out and making up with the ladies, you definitely need to make sure your fencing is secure, that it's high enough that they can't jump out, that they can't ram through it, because they will try. Okay, every instinct tells them, find a girl. We love girls. Find a girl. Every instinct they've got. Okay, are you coming out or are you just rubbing? She can't decide. But yes, so keep your boys well secured. If you do not want the ladies coming out, are you sneaky? You do it. You do it every day. Good job. Did you freeze? She's a fainter. Freezing's normal. There you go. But yeah, so the gentleman goats, you want to keep them separate from the ladies. If you don't want babies in 5 months, that's roughly how long they're pregnant. So keep them separate, keep them well contained, keep control of them, because they will break out. And I would not let small children or even vulnerable adults tend to male goats in rut, because it actually can be dangerous. They can be very aggressive. They want the girls. And when they want the girls, nothing you are going to do will stop them. So keep an eye on them. Do not let people who do not know what they're doing handle a male goat in rut. So I don't have a male goat right now. We are looking at getting one next year sometime. I have had them in the past. They can be aggressive when they want the girls. So watch them. Do not let vulnerable people, including your small children, tend to goats in rut. Even a small goat can hurt a small child if they get aggressive. And the males can get aggressive. So just remember, pay attention to the behavior of your goats so that you know when your boys are in rut. And just be careful. You don't want anyone to get hurt. That's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.